Hey everyone, this is Kevin, the failed journalist, and this is going to be kind of a free flow video. I don't really have a script. It's just something that's kind of been on my mind. So, I was watching a video from Confused Matthews, and the video was just a date at the time, but I think it's since been renamed to What Happened to My Old Videos. And in the video, he is explaining to people that, well, he has a few of his classic Confused Matthew reviews on his YouTube channel. Lion King, Matrix. He has that rant on Twitter. That's fine. But there's a lot of other movie reviews that he's done that are just simply not there. The review for No Country for Old Men, Minority Report isn't there. The Producers, which I actually enjoyed that one quite a bit, that's not around anymore. 2001: A Space Odyssey. These are all reviews that he did at one point in his life, and they're not on his channel. And he has admitted that he did a very, very poor job of backing them up. That they used to be on Blip, and Blip shut down, and he didn't back them up. And he really didn't have any interest in backing it up. He says, and he said this before, that he was in a dark, dark place, and so he doesn't like those reviews, and so he did not save any of the assets, not the scripts, not the images, not the clips, not the reviews themselves. He didn't save any of it. But at the end, he, gives his blessing that, hey, if you have them, with my blessing, feel free to re-upload them. Which, hey, that's fine, but that's not even what we're doing the video about. A day or so later, he is on YouTube. He's doing a live stream. And the headline, like the title, is something about, am I going to do movie reviews as Confused Matthew again? And here's the thing. This question has come up before. He's actually made several videos addressing this, that, hey, he has made it absolutely clear he is not interested in doing Confused Matthew anymore. He likes doing the live stream chats. That's what he likes to do. He still has an audience from the Confused Matthews day who want to watch him, play video games and listen to his little mini rants. But he is not interested in doing it anymore. You know what? That's fine. When I discovered Confused Matthews, it was almost 20 years ago. Now, I enjoyed the Force Awakens review. I enjoyed the Batman v Superman review. I am a little disappointed he didn't do The Last Jedi, but you know what? That's fine. I've seen a lot of reviews on The Last Jedi. It's not like not seeing one more is going to kill me. But what's driving me nuts about this is, how many times does Daniel, as I believe his real name is, have to address this topic? He has addressed both these topics, in fact, several times. He does not have those old reviews. And yeah, for some of us who enjoyed them, it's a shame that we can't watch them again. But you know what? That's life. Things get lost all the time. It's a shame, but I mean, this is why you invest more in physical media than you do, digital media. Digital media can certainly go away. And he has addressed over and over and over again that he is not going to be doing Confused Matthew anymore. Now, granted, he's not helping the situation because I think he had renamed the channel to Daniel Warren Plays Games or something like that, and he has since renamed it to Confused Matthew, which I'm sure that's adding a little confusion to the situation. But here's the thing, and this is what I'm not really understanding. Why are there people still bugging the man about this? He has not made a Confused Matthew review in years. And before that, he had taken a long break, and he has admitted over and over again that this is not what he wants to do. And yeah, I know that's a little frustrating for some people to hear. It's frustrating for me because it's like when you see someone who's in a position you would want to be and they don't seem to even really care that much. Yeah, it annoys you. But at the end of the day, it's his life. It's his decision. He has to do what's right for him. And he has addressed this topic. He has addressed both these topics. And, I mean, he probably went to it, was one of the topics, where it's like, hey, you know what? If you have the reviews, re-upload them with my blessing. That's progress. So hey, if anyone's out there has the reviews, share them. Just share them. And then he can stop being bugged about this one topic. But he's not going to go back to doing Confused Matthew. I'm taking it at his word that he has no interest in doing this anymore. And you know what? If I am a fan of Confused Matthew, if I liked his work, I have to respect that this is what he wants to do. And here's the other thing. You also have to understand that even if he just kept making movie reviews, there's no guarantee you'd enjoy them. How many people still watch the Angry Video Game Nerd and Nostalgia Critic and say, they're not really as funny as they used to be? Well, that's to be expected. They've been doing this for more than 10 years. A lot of shows do start to run out of steam, and, they're not as good anymore. Bill Watterson, the creator of Calvin and Hobbes, gave a very rare interview a few years ago, and he was asked a question that every time he gives a rare interview, he was always asked, why did you leave Calvin and Hobbes? Why did you stop the strip? And he kept saying, last time he got particularly peeved by the question, and he's like, this really isn't as hard to figure out as you think it is. I simply decided I had done all I could with the characters, and I just wanted to leave it while I was on top. Leave all the parties while you still the life of the party. If I hadn't quit, people would now be griping and moaning that I was keeping the strip going long after the wheels had fallen off. And, that really stuck with me because it dawned on me, if something gets canceled and I still want more, that's probably the best time for it to end. I mean, when I think about a lot of TV shows that I used to love, that I don't like so much anymore because they've just way overstayed their welcome, that says something. Look, when I was young, I loved Seventh Heaven. And in fact, when I rewatched Seventh Heaven a few years ago for a little bit, the old episodes are still pretty good, to be honest. But boy, did that show overstay its welcome. The last 5 years were awful. The last 4 years, it was almost unwatchable, but you watch it out of obligation. Here's another show that I watch out of obligation that's really not as funny as it used to be. The Simpsons. I mean, yeah, I chuckle, and yeah, it's still got some funny stuff, and yeah, it's probably still technically better than a lot of things on broadcast television, but when was the last time I watched an episode where it's that is a classic piece of television? It has been a very, very long time. And by the way, don't even get me started on Family Guy. That thing's just sad to watch now. It's just sad. It's just sad to watch. So here's the thing. Do I miss Confused Matthew reviews? Of course I do. I would be happy if he wanted to make them. But here's the thing. He doesn't want to. And if he had never stopped, who knows? Maybe the reviews would be so bad that I would be begging for his retirement at this point. So leave the man alone on this particular question, okay? I mean, sure, watch his live streams, partake in his chats. That's what they're there for. He clearly loves doing that. But how many times does he have to say, I'm not interested in doing this anymore? If he decided, you know what, I'm so tired of people asking me this question, I'm going to make a review just to shut him up, it would probably be a pretty awful review. And then we complain oh, come on, we know you're better than this. And it's well, yeah, we know he's capable of better than this, but his heart's not in it. And so if his heart's not in it, it's not going to be good anyway. So, look, I don't know Matthew personally. I think he might have responded to me a couple times during the Facebook days, but I'm not on Facebook anymore. And I don't even think he's on Facebook anymore. I sometimes check out his live streams, and it's still fun. He's obviously still there, and some of the things he said, it's yeah, I could kind of see how this would have become a Confused Matthew review had he decided to actually do it, but instead he's just talking about it. But it's a moot point. It's a moot point. He doesn't have his reviews anymore, although thankfully, if you do have them, he has given you his permission to upload them, and he is not interested in doing any more Confused Matthew reviews. So from my perspective, and some of you might disagree, I think that since he has made his opinion on the subject matter extremely clear, that we should leave him alone in regards to this topic. Let's enjoy what he's doing now. Maybe someday he'll surprise us, but you know what? If he doesn't, just enjoy what he's doing now. And if you don't like what he's doing now, well, okay, I guess you don't have to follow him then. You know, YouTube's a big place. There are plenty of people who are making movie reviews. And he wasn't the end-all, be-all of movie reviews. They were good. I enjoyed them. And interestingly, even though he was in a dark place when he made them, I got through a dark place because those reviews were so funny. So yeah, I understand. I wish I could see some of those reviews again. I mean, it's a shame I can't, but, you know, that's life. That is life. There are plenty of other movie reviews I can watch. Some people who are just as funny, if not more so. I just think it's kind of silly that more than 10 years later, like, some people are still like, when are you going to do Confused Matthew again? When are you going to do Confused Matthew again? He's not. He's made it absolutely clear he's not. And I think you should just let this one go. But anyway, that's all I'm going to say about the subject matter. And maybe this isn't even like, you know, the most important thing in the world right now. I mean, we're still in a pandemic after all. I just feel bad for the guy that he still has to answer this question that he has clearly answered over and over again. So please just stop asking him what's happening with Confused Matthew. Nothing's happening with Confused Matthew. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say. Comment below. Like, favorite, share, subscribe. As always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.